Thank you, George. It's great to join you.
First, let's get your reaction to the Bergdahl deal.
Well, look, all of us celebrate with Sergeant Bergdahl, with his family. I mean, looking at his parents there, I mean, that's emotional and it's powerful. At the same time, the terms of the deal are very troubling.
Why?
Well, for one thing, how many soldiers lost their lives to capture those 5 Taliban terrorists that we just released? You know, Ambassador Rice basically said to you, yes, U.S. policy has changed. Now we make deals with terrorists. And the question going forward is have we just put a price on other U.S. soldiers? What does this tell terrorists? That if you capture a U.S. soldier, you can trade that soldier for 5 terrorists we've gone after?
So
I mean, that's a very dangerous precedent.
If you were president, you wouldn't have negotiated?
I do not think the way to deal with terrorists is through releasing other violent terrorists. I mean,
but what if that's the only way to get Bergdahl home?
It's not the only way. We can go in and use military force as needed to rescue our fallen compatriots. But look, Sergeant Bergdahl was fighting to capture these terrorists. Can you imagine what he would say to his fallen comrades who lost their lives to stop these people who were responsible, either directly or indirectly, for threatening or taking U.S. civilian lives? I mean, that's why we sent our soldiers there. And the idea that we're now making trades, what does that do for every single soldier stationed abroad? It says the reason why the U.S. has had the policy for decades of not negotiating with terrorists is because once you start doing it, every other terrorist has an incentive to capture more soldiers.
Of course, that policy has been broken in the past, but your policy would be no trades, never?
I think it is very disturbing that we are releasing 5 acknowledged terrorist Taliban leaders in a deal with terrorists. That precedent, and you know, unfortunately, George, it's part and parcel with the pattern we've seen of the Obama administration across the board.
And you saw